Everybody's seen electric skateboards flying through streets at 20 miles an hour, performing amazingly going on flats and going downhill, but can they perform the same way going uphill? You see skateboards going downhill, you see electric skateboards going downhill. Can they go uphill? That's what we're going to be seeing in this video. So you've also seen something like an e-bike struggling to get uphills. Electric scooters also have had problems, and one wheels have also nosedived while going uphills. So far, electric skateboards have remained greatly untested in the uphill category, so let's see if they handle well going up. So this is me testing it on the EcoMobile ET, a pretty standard electric skateboard coming in at just around $900. I personally love this board. It's just everything I need. I have done 2,000 miles on this board, so the gears are a little bit more worn down than you would expect to see on the new board. It has 4,000 watts of motor power, so electric skateboard climbing can range from 15% hill grade to 60% hill grade depending on what motor setup you're using. I am using two-wheel drive, but there's one-wheel drive all the way up to four-wheel drive. So these are actually some of the best PEVs for uphill due to the fact that they have four wheels, so you can get basically as much power as you need. Some of the four-wheel drives boards are absolute beasts going uphill, and there's basically no hills that can beat them. I have spent hours looking for a hill that can beat this board, and here it was. I was running around for like a few days trying to find a hill like this. This was a 35% hill grade. This is definitely not something that you'll find in the wild. I actually had to go looking for it. Don't worry, unless you're living on some very steep hills, you are not going to find a hill with a 35% grade. Alright, let's talk about range now. This is a big factor that comes into the uphill scene. You're not going to see as much range as if you're going flat, but that doesn't mean you're going to get no range at all. Compared to like something like an e-bike, something like that, you get a lot more range due to the fact that on most e-boards you have higher quality batteries with more cells. Like you see a lot of 14S batteries in the uphill scene. This is a 12S P3 battery, so I get around 15 to 10 miles of range. That's 3/4 to about 1/2 of the amount of range that you would get on a normal, like on flat. So yeah, I get 20 miles on flat, I get about 15 to 10 miles uphill. There are boards that get have a lot more efficient uphill battery like management, and those boards that have significantly worse depending on how many cells you're using and what type of battery. Battery that has a lower cell count or worse cells is going to experience battery sag a lot worse than a board with better cell count and better battery cell quality. Let's see if your board is uphill ready. As long as you're not using a single motor drive system, which has sort of lost popularity in the last few months, and as long as you're not using a very bad battery. You can probably see if your battery is not so good if you have a cheaper board or if you're getting a lot of battery sag going up hills. But that shouldn't stop you from going up minor hills. I just wouldn't be doing any major hill riding. Boards with only one drive, one wheel drive, have a lot more problem getting up hills, and they can mostly only do about 10% hill grades. If you're looking for a better board for uphill, get a board with around a lower motor kV, so around 170. Get a higher end battery as well, probably like a 12S or 14S, somewhere around that range to minimize battery sag. This can be super helpful if you're just doing cruising around uphill. It will be able to get a lot more range. The lower motor kV will also be able to get you more power. So you do not want a low battery watt hour, so leave that travel battery behind. You don't want a low motor watts, so don't get like a weak board, don't get like an Amazon board. You actually want a pretty high-end board if you're doing uphill racing or just uphill cruising. These will significantly change your experience, and you will much more greatly appreciate your board if you can actually get up the hill. Alright, let's recap what we've seen in this video. So you want a good board, lots of power. All e-skateboards actually can go up hills, just some does a lot better than others. Some people even race these boards like this crazy man right here, going 40 miles an hour. But just get a good board, make sure you're not cheaping out on parts, make sure you have a good battery, good motor. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.